That's not a lot of yellow on Influx's board, and most of
No.
it is buried. Ooh, that could be a problem later.
Yeah, 4 yellows total showing now on Inflox's board. Gotta say, I'm really favoring Bidwell's board right now. A lot more diverse, a lot more clumped together. Bidwell's got a really low board, which you don't see very often in level 6. So this is really interesting to see.
Yeah, and you gotta wonder if he's thinking, "Oh, never mind, there's the 2 blues that he's gonna need." He's definitely gonna need to keep those blues available. Of course, red, yellow just coming up in spades for him, so he's getting a good quick board here. But, yeah, definitely wanting to keep those blues available so that he can, have a shot at them, but I think there's a horizontal in the way, and it might be as close to a monologue as we're gonna get. Oh, look at this setup as well for the horizontal afterwards, and yeah, the dock just providing.
Yeah, don't do it
Oh,
with
but
that
it's
one
gonna
though.
kill.
Oh,
Oh, no.
I
Not a
saw
huge.
I saw the blue yellow and I was like, Bidwell, don't do it with that one. That's one of the things you got to watch out for when you're doing those big combos is what you're is the pill that you're fixing to use gonna mess it up, which in this case it did. But hey, he still gets out at about a 125. But Influx with the state of his board to be out at about somewhere soon once he gets this red. There it is, about a 144. Just a testament to his play, and he made some really great wise moves with the yellows that he was getting because he knew that it was going to be some time before he could get down. So he was setting up combos to drop those down where he could use them in the future. It's just really heads up play there by Influx. But gosh, look at the blues for Bidwell.
Yeah, there's only the 1 red left on this board, and he has not been in it that long, and that's not what you wanna see. Let's see if he's got this one figured out. Had the opportunity, I think, to at least get a horizontal with that yellow, went a different direction with it, and is gonna now have everything he needs to get rid of this last red. Meanwhile, over on Influx's side, he's down to just 7 viruses behind after a really rough board, really, for that 6. But gonna get some good combos here and work his way down to within 1 of the lead and might just take the lead here in just a moment.
Yeah, Bidwell has the setup that he wants, though. He's just going to need a blue to fire it off. Meanwhile, Influx getting the final red that he needs out at a 357 or 301, excuse me. Bidwell out at a 257. So Bidwell's here with a slight lead still, but Influx has definitely gotten back into this and made this a match.
Yeah, and, Bidwell's board on 7 wasn't as good as he could have hoped for, certainly not as good as his 6, and Influx's board on 7 was better than his 6. So, the bad RNG kind of was a wash between these 2, and, now Bidwell not with a lot of access to red on top of his board. Influx, meanwhile, not getting a lot of access to yellow, so, it's again, these drought conditions for both these players are just kinda showing up for us.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting seed for both players, respectively, because obviously we're not playing seeded today. But it's been so interesting to see both of the way that they've just been able to get through this, and a testament to both of these players' skills, both in speed and in verses. Both of these players is very, very good, very, very good at the game, very talented, and we're seeing that with Influx making these fancy drops into more combos, more clears. He's just done a great job here in Bidwell, with this red horizontal. He's got set up 6 viruses for him and 2 viruses now for Influx with a really nice drop combo to get him down to just the red. And he has pulled ahead of Bidwell out at about a 431 into his level 9.
Yeah, it's not gonna be too much longer for Bidwell, though, especially with this double blue coming in. He's now free and clear on this red virus on the left. The red virus on the right, of course, just needing 1 piece, and all he needs is red, and as has been the case in so many of our matches tonight, he's just getting droughted. Is gonna get out at a 452. That's still a sub 5, and that's you can't ask for a whole lot better than that on a consistent level. I mean, you can ask for more than that, you may not get it. And the top end of this board for Bidwell, though, is flying by. But look at Influx also getting great combos, just not a lot of access to yellow. We'll see if that is going to slow him down at all.
Yeah, we will definitely see. Speaking of not a lot of access, Bidwell has zero access to blue at the top of his board. Nice little horizontal though, to get that yellow. A little curious what he's got planned here. Gets a nice horizontal with the blues there at the top, and this double blue going to be perfect. Takes the horizontal that I'd hoped he would. His board's looking a little bit wonky though, and it looks like it's probably not going to be enough as Infox just needs this final blue, and he will be out at a 552 sub 6. Infox takes game 1.
GG's. And yeah, I recognize it, Bidwell's board as the sort of thing I do when I'm realize I'm playing up against a really top level player and I've got to pull out all the stops. And sometimes when you do that, one pill just the pills don't show up and your brain blinks for a second. But GG's to Bidwell and GG's to Influx taking that first game.
Indeed. And we already have a ready from Bidwell. I mean, I can't blame him. It's almost 11 o'clock his time. So,
Yes, it is.
actually, for both of these players, I believe.
Nope, no, Influx should be in Central Time.
Okay, he's just west enough to be central. I wasn't sure. Anyway, we have readies from both players. And our 3, 2, 1 pills. Who you got chat in this game two? Influx or Bidwell? We're gonna see as Influx gets into his game. And an interesting start. This board is kind of diagonal in an odd way. It's not like diagonal, but it's kind of like interchanging. I don't know how to explain what's in my head, but it's interesting to see for Influx.
Yeah, Bidwell's board not particularly normal or natural either. Huge chasm. He had a double red to start the level off, and it just he hasn't really seen much of anything else to make it work that way. Looks like he's setting up a horizontal on this blue in column number 6, but has abandoned that. We'll see kind of where things are going. But with 12 viruses to 15 and a couple of seconds ahead on the clock, it is Bidwell with a slight lead.
Yeah, Influx was waiting for a horizontal of his own, and I didn't quite see if he got exactly what he wanted, but he did manage to get the horizontal. And I think waiting for that is what has allowed Bidwell to take a little bit of a lead here, as he has a 6 virus advantage now on Influx, but a really nice horizontal there by Influx, and then another drop combo. Influx has just 2 more pills remaining, or viruses remaining, that he needs, and he gets them out at a 125. Influx storming back, but Bidwell out at a 126. 1 second difference between these players.
Hold the pause buffer as well. Now, Influx again with a floaty board here. You, you're not really sure what it's going to do, and so far it hasn't caused him any problems. He's getting exactly what he wants to pull this thing off. Yeah, he makes the what I think is the right call, going ahead and taking that yellow out of the horizontal pair at the bottom so that he can do what I thought he was about to do, which is set up for the double blue horizontal as well. You see that is not a misdrop there. He has set it up for the second horizontal and is just blazing right through this board as Bidwell is getting hamstrung by lack of red.
Yeah, and Bidwell's board is pretty sloped there on the left too with the reds. So it's really not what you want to see, especially when you're playing somebody like Influx who, is just proving that he can fly through these boards as he's out here at a 236. Uh Bidwell just doing his best to do what he can with what's given, but he's got to get that red help pretty quick or it could turn into a runaway really fast for Influx.
Especially with a fat log like that coming down. And okay, now a yellow red. or a yellow blue or a double blue would be great for Influx right now. You know he's going to stick around for that combo. Gets the red blue. That's actually what I meant. Yellow not involved at all. Brain not involved at all either. It's been a long week. Okay, so he is close to the lapping territory, and gotta hope for Bidwell's sake he doesn't get to that point, as Bidwell just getting finally everything knocked out on this left side. Yeah, it makes the right call
Mhm.
there. He's got a double red blitz. It looked like one was starting, and it did. Now he is ready to just get some more blues, get out of this level, forget this 7 exists, and try to get into a decent 8.
Yeah, whoever designed this board must have been having a really bad day because this is just awful for Bidwell. You don't wish this kind of board on anybody. Uh Gosh, but Inphlox down to 6 viruses, now 5. Ooh, what a horizontal drop! That was insane by Inphlox. I mean, which is not surprising because that's the kind of things that Influx does on a regular basis. And he's going to get this horizontal yellow, get the red drop out at a 416. He is well on his way to moving on to Saturday and just doing a heck of a job here.
A Bidwell out at a 419, and you saw the head shake. I mean, the RNG that he has gotten, the lack of blue that he has gotten in that level, it's just it's dishonorable. It is awful. We need to write somebody. We need to fight somebody. I don't know what it's going to take, but we need to get that board stricken from the game code because that was awful.
Yeah, it, but he's gotten out of it into this level 8, which honestly doesn't look too much better. And I hate to say it. I mean, it is better in the sense that everything's not clumped over on the left side, and it's not all one color like it was before. A little bit of a mistuck there from Bidwell. Wanted that blue on the top rather than on the bottom. Um, but he's doing a great job with this level, even though I really don't like the look of it. But he's doing a great job with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, on Influx's side, I look over and I just see a mess, which of course means something crazy is about to happen. I can't wait to see what it is because at this point, well, something's setting off. Looks like it was a lot of garbage clearage. Okay, well, not what I was expecting to happen. You want to see something like that happen? I know who you can watch tomorrow, but we will get into that when we get there. Because right now we are watching Influx play, and we are watching Bidwell play, and see if Bidwell can get out of this level 8.
Yeah,
Just got one traffic light.
Infox going to go for this fat log. Doesn't go for it. He just elected to clear the yellow out the other way, and now I see why, because he wanted that yellow to drop into that cross clear. Not going to get this another sub 6, but out Packy style at a 619. I believe is when the final clear was, and Influx takes game 2 and the match.